Hi again, friends. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm covering different things that you could be doing to add to your bottom line. Most of my videos, they cover what I paid for something and what it sold for, but I wanted to share other things that I do to add to that bottom line. They really add up, and I would encourage you to consider all of them. One thing I do, people have a lot of opinions on, and feel free to weigh in. I know I'm very opinionated about how I do things, but I am curious about what you think. And before I get into it, check out these about 60 seconds of videotape, and I'll come back to it. There is 7 in here. Would you take 5?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Would you take 3 for this?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Would
but
you
I
take
didn't
3
know the
for
size
both?
And they're plus they're a size and a half too small now.
What is this, 3? Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
But
Would you take 5 on this basket? It's 7.
Oh yeah, I'll take 5.
Thank you. Would you take 5 for this here? Okay, thank you so much. How much are those?
how about 3?
2, okay?
All right.
Okay. How much are these beads?
You could guess $5 for a whole bag.
Would you take 3?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. Would you take 6 for this? Are you the person to ask? Would you take 6? Thank you. So what you just saw is typical of me at a yard sale. I will ask for a discount 95% of the time, if not more. The only time I won't ask for one is if, for instance, I bought one thing for 50 cents. I'm not going to ask for a discount. Or I've been at sales like one earlier this year where all shoes were 50 cents. When prices are like that, generally I will not ask for a discount. But on the other hand, I am unapologetic about asking for discounts. I know there's lots of people who comment that call it greed or scamming. First of all, eBay, if you do it, it's extremely hard work. You need a lot of discipline. I'm going to be stuck with the inventory, anything that I don't sell. There's all kinds of costs that I have to absorb in order to sell on eBay. And by the way, you'll notice in that video that even if something is $3, I will sometimes ask if they'll accept $2. I am saving a minimum of $100 to $200 a month just on doing that. So that's why I do that. But also what I found at yard sales, I've gone to so many that most people want to get rid of the stuff. That is their primary objective. They're not there to make huge profits, or they would be doing what we're doing by selling on eBay. And also, most of them will admit that they're just going to donate anything that they don't sell. And if you've ever done a yard sale, I think most of us have, typically you'll spend a week preparing, you'll make $500, let's say. So I don't think the profit is the primary goal. And again, if somebody wanted to do what we're doing, they could take all that stuff and sell it on eBay themselves, but we are doing it. You will notice in my videos how quickly people say yes. Most people do expect people to make offers, so it gets easier and easier to do it. I would really encourage you to ask for discounts because of how much they add up. I would say during this entire year, I've had maybe 2 people say no. So that is further motivating because of how often people do allow discounts. I do see other flippers, even when I'm at other sales, saying just keep the change, or they'll pay a little more because they think the deal is so good. Again, I am unapologetic about asking for discounts because this is not a hobby for me. It does pay my bills. It is my job. So as you can see, I don't have any plans to stop asking for discounts anytime soon. And ask yourself what you could do with an extra $100 minimum per month. If you go yard sailing like I do, you should even ask for a discount here and there and just see how it goes, and you might be really surprised. Here's the second thing that I actually don't do, and that is I never put or best offer when I list on eBay. That's essentially saying I will take less than what I'm asking. It really isn't necessary, because if you put fixed prices on everything, you will regularly get people messaging you saying, would you accept? And I often do say yes to those offers, but people who put every listing with or best offer are automatically taking money from themselves, because it's an open door for people to know that you are going to accept less. So I really discourage people that I'm trying to help on eBay from putting or best offer. And lastly, this might be the easiest one of all. I used to do calculated shipping, but it has worked out like 1,000% better for me by just putting flat fees, and that way I'm actually profiting often with shipping. I'll give you an example. If I know something will cost about $4.50 in Ground Advantage to ship, I'll charge $6.99. I have excellent feedback. People don't complain, but the worst thing you can do is to lose money on shipping. And a lot of sellers, it's really surprising that people will have what I know would cost about $15 to ship, and they will charge like $5. I don't know why you would do that to yourself, unless you're competing with other. If the market is saturated on an item, you might make your shipping fee more competitive. But by and large, you should be overcharging on shipping, given that you have other fees on eBay, and people don't think twice about paying $6.99, for instance, on shipping. So what I do is I generally figure about anywhere from $2 to $5 more than it actually costs for shipping, and I just don't have a problem, and that pad will at least guarantee that I am not losing money on shipping. So really watch your shipping costs. I would really recommend against calculated shipping, because you are breaking even more or less on that, whereas you can profit a little on shipping if you charge even $1 more per item. And just a quick note, if you are new to my channel, I do have a playlist called Treasure Hunt with Me. It seems to be the videos that people like the most, but it's where I go out sourcing, and you can see what I find, what I paid for it, and what I sold the item for. So check it out. If you found this content helpful at all today, please like, share, subscribe, and as always, I appreciate all of you. And until then, I will see you with more tips, flips, and profits. See you next time.